Love can warm a heart. But some people never let love reach their hearts until it's too late. The ancient Roman writer Ovid told an old tale he had heard about it. It's the story of Echo and Narcissus. Now, besides all the gods and goddesses and the titans of whom I've already told you, another kind of magical creature of those faraway times was the nymph. The nymphs were magical creatures who lived out among the rocks or the forests or near the streams, and they took care of those things. Now, one of these nymphs was named Echo, and Echo loved to talk and to gossip, to tell you the truth. Perhaps you know someone like that. Now, it just so happens that one day when Echo was out in the forest, she saw the goddess Hera approaching. Hera was queen of all the goddesses, and her husband was Zeus, the god of thunder and lightning. Hera told Echo that she suspected Zeus had another lady friend besides her, among the forest nymphs. "I am determined to find out who it is and punish her with my powerful magic," said Hera. But Echo thought to herself, "The forest nymphs are all my friends. I don't know which one it might be, but I don't want anything bad to happen to my friends. Perhaps I can stall Hera while my friends escape." And so she began to talk and gossip with Hera. "What a beautiful blue gown, my lady Hera. Wherever did you get it?" "Well, I don't have time to talk right now, Echo, but it matches your blue eyes so beautifully. Did the goddess of love, Aphrodite, suggest that to you? Oh, you look so lovely." "Do you really think so?" "Oh, yes." And she soon engaged Hera in a long conversation. By the time they were through, sure enough, all the forest nymphs had escaped into the trees. When Hera looked around and realized what had happened, she grew very angry. "Echo, you did this on purpose." Why, my lady, I know you did it on purpose to protect your friends. Well, you'll be sorry. Since you like to talk so much, I will punish you with a different kind of conversation. From now on, you will never be able to speak first in a conversation at all. You will only be able to repeat what others say to you." And that is what happened. Poor Echo. She could only repeat what others said in her presence. One day as she was walking through the forest, she happened upon a handsome young man. It was a young hunter by the name of Narcissus, and he was so good-looking that women and nymphs and even goddesses practically threw themselves at his feet. But Narcissus was vain. He thought he was so good-looking, he was better than anyone. Perhaps you know someone like this also. At any rate, Echo fell in love with him instantly, and she followed him through the trees. As she did so, she stepped upon a dried twig, and it made a loud crackling sound. Narcissus, thinking it might be one of his friends, turned and called, "Is there somebody here?" "Here," repeated Echo. "Oh, come out. Let me see you." "Let me see you," repeated Echo. Come, let's be together." "Let's be together." And she stepped from behind the trees. But when Narcissus saw that it was only a female, and not one of his hunter friends, he pulled back and said, "Go away. Keep away from me. You shall never have me." "Have me," pleaded Echo. But Narcissus turned and ran away from her. She was so saddened and so embarrassed that she wandered off through the forests and back to her mountainsides. And there she still dwells among the mountains and caves and canyons. And to this day, she can only repeat what others say, and that is the origin of the Echo. But what of proud Narcissus? What of the young man who thought he was too good-looking for anyone? He left a trail of broken hearts behind him, women who told him of their love and then were tossed aside. At last one of these women prayed to the gods for justice. "Narcissus should feel as we have all felt about him," said this young woman, and the gods heard. They determined to punish proud Narcissus. The next day, while he was in the forest, he grew very thirsty, for it was a hot day, and he walked down to a still river to get a drink. And as he leaned over the water, the magic took a hold of him. He saw his own image reflected in the water, as if he were looking into a mirror, and he fell in love with his own reflection. "Who are you?" said Narcissus. You are so beautiful. You're the only one I've ever seen as beautiful as I am. Come closer." And he reached out his hand to touch his new friend. But of course, it was only his image in the water, and when he touched the water, he caused ripples to form, and the reflection seemed to go away. Wait, called Narcissus. "Don't go away, come back." And he pulled his hand back, and soon the clear, still waters once again showed him his own face. "I didn't mean to scare you away," said Narcissus. And he sat there and talked to his own reflection. All day he sat there, and several times he tried to reach out and touch his new friend, but of course each time the friend seemed to run away. At last, so deeply in love that he could not leave, and yet unable to touch his new friend, Narcissus lay down upon the riverbank, and his heart broke within him. He actually died of sadness. Now the gods and goddesses saw him, and they felt they had gone too far, but they could not bring him back to life. And so they did the next best thing. They turned Narcissus into a beautiful flower, with a deep, passionate purple center and pure white petals around it. And to this day, one of the most beautiful flowers you will ever see is the narcissus. And if ever you do see a narcissus flower, please remember that it's fine to be proud of good looks or talents or skills, but that you mustn't let them make you feel you are better than everyone else around you.
For more titles from Jim Weiss and Well-Trained Mind Press, please visit us at jimweiss.com or welltrainedmind.com. Thank you for listening.